Anakin neither resigned from, nor was expelled by the Jedi. Upon Yoda's death, that meant he was the last surviving member of the High Council. By default, that makes Darth Vader the Grand Master of the Jedi Order.
Okay, considering that video is exactly 10 seconds long, there's a chance that it was made using AI with an AI video generator and you know, it has Minecraft or some kind of gameplay in the background. You know, you've probably seen those on YouTube Shorts. Yeah, low effort content, but the meme probably was created by someone who they obviously did not credit, so I can't credit the person who actually came up with this. But I do want to talk about that. I'm John Berry 555. This is the Jedi Ranger, and let's talk about, is Darth Vader by default the Grand Master of the Jedi Order? First of all, I'm going to give you my opinion. No. But let's actually read what this post had, and I really still wish I could credit the actual poster. Anakin neither resigned from nor was expelled by the Jedi. So, that's where this actually breaks down a lot. It's correct. I don't think he necessarily resigned from the Jedi Order, but he did join the Sith. He did join them, and given the nature of the two organizations, there's probably a rule among the Jedi that says you can't be a Sith and a Jedi at the same time. So probably by the rules of the Jedi Order, Anakin is automatically expelled when he joins the Sith without any need for any formal review by the Council. I'm just going to say that's probably a thing. That's an assumption. We don't actually have any evidence to support that. At least not any that I'm aware of. So, okay, it's not laid down in canon. So perhaps that's actually the case. He wasn't formally expelled. He certainly wasn't in a formal procedure, and we have no evidence to support an automatic expulsion. Okay, however, let's do remember that the actual Grand Master, Yoda, during the events of Revenge of the Sith after Order 66, basically instructed Obi-Wan to kill Anakin. I think that's safe to say that the last two surviving members of the Jedi Council who were Masters, saw that Anakin was no longer a Jedi and thus not a part of the Order anymore. So that's actually a better argument, anyhow, based on the actions taken by the Grand Master and the other surviving Council member. When you think about it, 3 out of the 12 Council members survived Order 66. That's actually a lot when you think about it. One by siding with the Sith. Okay, but the next part. Upon Yoda's death, that meant he was the last surviving member of the High Council. Again, that's technically correct, but again, you could always safely assume that by joining the Sith, he automatically renounces any allegiance to the Jedi Order and automatically expelled. But again, no evidence to support that. But again, may I call your attention to the fact that Yoda, when he went to confront Darth Sidious, had Obi-Wan go confront Anakin, Darth Vader, with the express goal of ending the Sith. Not turning Anakin back to the light, but killing the Sith off. So, by that logic, yeah, he may have survived. Vader survived his encounter with Obi-Wan, but that doesn't mean what the 2 of the 3 surviving council members decided no longer stands. Yes, it still stood because that was a decision of the majority of the council that was alive at the time. That, at least, is my take. And the last part, by default, that makes Vader the Grand Master of the Jedi Order. I mean, yes, if you ignore everything else I've said. So yeah, Anakin never gained the rank of Jedi Master. And even if he did, by default, all this stuff, it still wouldn't work because Luke is given the responsibility by Yoda, the previous Grand Master, to confront Vader and become a Jedi and restart the Jedi. So by that logic, no. Because the responsibility of continuing the Jedi was not entrusted to Vader, it was entrusted to Luke. So this post is incorrect. It's an interesting idea to explore, but like I said, I guarantee you there's probably something that's not written in the law, but I doubt the Jedi would not have a rule stating you can't be a Sith and a Jedi. But even if we don't make any assumptions based off of things we assume about the Jedi, only based on things we actually know in canon, the fact that the Grand Master Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin's former master, mind you, both of those 2 members of the High Council, went after the Sith that included Anakin, safe to say that they saw Anakin was no longer a part of the Order and their actions confirmed it. And then on his deathbed, Yoda says that once you confront Vader, notice how he actually didn't say kill Vader, even though that was probably what he was thinking, but Luke still confronted Vader and became a Jedi. Yoda's going that would say you gotta confront Vader, then you will become a Jedi, and it's your responsibility then to continue. he didn't quite use those words, but that was the effect of Yoda's dying conversation to Luke, entrusting Luke with responsibility of continuing the Jedi Order. And so that means, by default, Luke became the Grand Master of the Jedi Order. But until he confronted Vader, he couldn't take up that role per the requests of the last surviving Grand Master. So yes, this entire post was nonsense. It may have even been AI generated all through. And it's probably based off of maybe more of a surface level reading of Star Wars. Like, oh, 3 council members survived. Then 2 survived, and then 1 survived. And that 1 happened to be Anakin Skywalker's now Darth Vader, making Vader the Grand Master. I can see how someone will come to that logic, but when you look at the relationship between the Jedi and the Sith, and the actions taken by both Obi-Wan and Yoda and what they said to other characters such as Luke indicate that this theory is not a thing. This is nonsense. Maybe someone did come up with it, I can see that, but I can also see an AI coming up with something like this based off of Star Wars fans shitposting or actually being serious, because we do have fans like that who do have different interpretations and do say things that some of us would think is crazy and not founded at all. That is actually quite a common thing. So I did this because 1, I needed a quick video, and 2, I thought this was an interesting topic to discuss. Not because I agreed with it, but because it is an interesting topic and lets us explore the Jedi through another lens and look at them in maybe a more critical light and understanding how they function. And I think I was able to accomplish that in this video. But everything I laid out is just my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Oh, and one last thing. This is not me using AI. This is me stumbling across a piece of content on the internet and wanting to talk about it, not generating something. I'm never, ever going to do that. But I will fact check things I believe are AI about Star Wars on occasion. That is a totally different thing and is allowed because I'm critiquing it and telling you don't trust those things. No generative AI. Analytical AI? Maybe. But no generative AI. Never. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.